There is a secret method to taking out the red boss in Faction Wars. Shh. I'm finally He Sleeps, and thanks for hanging out tonight. First, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss when a raid video goes live for this or any of the other content on the channel. Okay, tonight we're discussing a little known method for taking out the red boss in Faction Wars. Now, at level 21, this boss shows up for Dwarves, Lizardmen, Undead Hordes, and Shadowkin. Now, for Shadowkin specifically, revivers are hard to come by, so in order to 3-star that final boss, you might want to try the low HP shield technique. Now, looking at the guide, we see the red boss's A1, his ephemeral impalement, hits based on enemy max HP. Now, the low HP shield technique requires a champion that meets 3 requirements. He is weak as hell. He is slow as, he's a sloth, and he's protected by really, really powerful ally shields. So if we look at the champs that I'm using for this, if we look at Toragi, he is in Bolster. The main shield set from this is going to come from someone in the team who's using an ally protect shield setup. So this one's 30% HP ally shield for 3 turns. Now I also have Barangary in here with a shield set. That is not necessarily required, but having 2 champs with this ally protect from shields is going to make a big difference. Remember, it is based on the ally's HP, not the weak player's HP. If you just put a self shield on that one, it's not going to be enough to make any difference. It's got to be based on your allies and not your weak target champ. Now, how this works is once you get to the final round, it will start with a huge shield on this very, very slow and very, very weak champ. You can see him here on the left attacking now. He's only level 16. But what happens is when the boss hits with that A1 attack, that's going to be her target. And since this hit is based on the weak champ's HP, but their shield will be based on the ally that gave it to them, the damage will be a fraction of what the shield can guard against. As long as this champ is super slow, the shield will hold for quite a while, and you just need to lay down as much damage as possible with your remaining champions to take out the boss before this low HP shield target loses that shield. It's an interesting technique that does have a lot of merit on specific factions, such as Shadowkin. Now, the drawback to this technique is it can be hard to keep this guy alive through the first 2 waves of the battle without a reviver. Unless you have crazy high damage and the shields do enough to get him through, you'll need someone to pop him back to life at the end of round 2. Now, if you can time it correctly, this method can be a lifesaver for those last 3 stars toward Lydia. For me, it was Shadowkin that presented the problem that the solution was needed for. That's it. If all else fails with a red boss in Faction Wars, you can try this technique. Make sure you check out my full series on Faction Wars here on YouTube as well. All of the links are in the description. If this information helped you out along your way on your run toward Lydia, please consider subscribing here on YouTube. It's a small gesture that goes a long way toward growth of the channel. I'm finally He Sleeps. Thanks for hanging out, and as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making videos.